And we're live.
We're live.
Hey,
No.
Stay in your lane.
How many ditties can a ditty diddle if a ditty do did diddling?
1,000
Wow.
lube bottles
This-
worth.
This cranked up to 1,000 immediately with second sentence.
Straight out of the gate.
Hey, it's not religion
Go
or politics.
Hawks.
We can talk about it.
Oh, Hawks, man. Cyclones.
Go.
Just for you, Mike.
I don't
Does
know.
Nick Brim let you drink that coffee out of that cup when you're around him?
Go
He
Army.
doesn't get
The
a
Army
choice.
team. Football
Go
team.
sports ball.
Sports ball.
Yeet.
Does Puerto Rico have a team? I'm rooting for that one.
America.
Perhaps.
America. Puerto Rico. What's up, everyone? Mike Suter's here this week.
We
What's up,
finally got it
buddy?
right.
Yeah.
Well,
Is this the third week in a row that we tried?
We
Yeah.
just keep announcing you and then remembering that we forgot to tell you.
In our defense, Braden lied to us. And
In
then
my
Typical of
defense-
Braden.
and then we didn't verify, and then we assumed, and then we were correct.
Well, yeah,
In
he
my
scared
defense-
me on a Saturday because we were getting ready to head out on vacation / 25th year anniversary. And I'm like, that's not going to go over
Congrats.
well.
What's
If
more
I'm
important
on
to
a
you?
wood-
A podcast or an anniversary? This is once in a million. The anniversaries every year.
It would have
I
been
mean-
the day after, so might not have been. But also, cell coverage in the mountains sucks. So if you think my video looks bad now,
Oh,
Facts.
you've got a face for radio, just like all of us. So
it's good, man.
Speaking of the podcast, gentlemen,
Mhm.
can I break the news to all the listeners? We are famous now. If you ask ChatGPT what Another Woodshop podcast is, it'll tell you. It knows everything.
Who is Braden Bowes?
oh, Braden
I will
Bowes,
That's
bring
the only
him to
part of it.
justice.
the heir to the Bowes empire.
that is a slight error.
Deeply
Although-
offended.
Well, that's got me thinking. Like, do we
Very
have
close.
it misspelled somewhere?
Oh no.
Yeah, like that's what I. Hold on, because that would
the
be
game's gonna be find the error.
that would be hilarious.
I know what Braden's gonna do all night.
The-
Yep, it
apparently
is.
There was,
It's
apparently
on
there-
Buzzsprout. It says Braden Bowes.
You
Bowes.
son of a Bowes.
Hang on,
Bose
hang on.
2.0.
I got you. I know a guy.
You
I
found
am
the
the
error
guy.
already? Gosh, I thought
Well,
that would
'cause
take longer.
It was. The
I noticed
main
that it was
one.
referencing off of Buzzsprout for a lot of the information. What's funny is when I went to look up, I just asked it like, name me, whatever. Pulled most of the stuff off my website, and then I googled Emma, and Emma Kapar, my last name, our last name now, has only really been out there and on the internet as a part of Peaches Workshop. So she's the co-founder. Or when I Googled myself, one of them actually said, I am the co-founder or co-owner of Peaches Workshop. And I'm like, damn, they're even splitting the credit halfway. Like, once you get married, they just take half of everything.
They do.
Nothing you can do about it.
Well, I mean,
Split right
the
down
goal
middle.
is to keep them so you don't lose them. But
It's a high risk, high reward situation. Like you legally entangle them so deep that it's inconvenient to leave.
yep.
But on the flip side, if it does get that far, you're legally entangled so deep that it's hard to break.
Contributors. Okay, Braden Boex with an E. I feel like that's an autocorrect somewhere. Hey, my name is Braden, and this is
Sure.
my story.
Sure. It auto corrected. I swear.
I didn't do this. I did this.
Man, I checked Chat GPT, who is Braden Bokes, and it says we need more context.
Well, you
We
know
don't
what?
know who that is.
Ask
Check
about Braden
again.
Bowes, though.
Wait, check again. Did you just do it now?
Yeah.
Do a fresh chat and try again. I wonder if it does a live search or if it's cached information.
Okay.
Oh, we're really nerding out here,
What
guys. I apologize.
Is another.
This is how Braden
woodshop?
finds out he's fired.
By the way,
God.
Jake Miller, you are literally about to get hit by the eye of the hurricane, and I'm thinking of you, buddy. I even
Yeah,
got your
I was
cup.
just texting with him earlier.
sweet
I was
shop.
like, man,
Yeah, I hope he's good. Emma's family is good. The storm,
I
the
sent
main part of the
Morgan a
eye
message too, but
just
I haven't heard
passed.
back. So hopefully he's okay.
Who?
Morgan Hoffensteffer.
Oh, that's right. He is in Florida.
Isn't he in that area?
Yeah, yeah,
General?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's supposed to maybe even hit Atlanta.
I'm caught in like a who's on first sort of situation. I keep telling it, tell me about another woodshop podcast, and it just tells me about a different woodshop podcast. Like,
another.
the second time is like another great woodworking podcast.
You gotta title it
Shop
like
Talk Live.
You got to title. Tell me about the podcast titled "Another Woodshop Podcast" in parentheses, not parentheses, quotes.
Yeah, your podcast name doesn't help with Siri, because I'll do like play another woodshop podcast, and it does something wacky, and then I'm like, okay, play another woodshop podcast, and yeah.
We didn't really think that through when we came up with the name 4 years ago.
Definitely didn't get the email and domain AWP podcast at any point.
Back when we came up with the name of this podcast, the internet wasn't even a thing, Mike.
This was definitely for lulz more than anything.
You guys just fax stuff back and forth, right?
Yeah. It was a fax machine back and forth.
Dan, I know I don't know if there wasn't a plan of like, this is going to go long term or this is going to crash.
No.
There just was no plan. So it really could have gone like,
this sounds
any
fun.
direction.
Let's do it and see what happens.
No plan whatsoever.
221. So you're what, just over 4 years?
4.5 years.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We've barely missed anything. Oh,
I finally got it.
Braden?
Who are the hosts of the podcast titled Another Woodshop Podcast? Another Woodshop Podcast is hosted by Braden Boakes, spelled correctly.
Yeah,
Mike Coffey.
Gross.
And Matt Everhart.
What? All wrong.
Jeez.
How? Wait, am I Coffee or is Dan Coffee?
I sort of understand the Mike Coffee, but who the hell is the other guy?
I don't know.
Wait, but how? I literally did these searches earlier.
Hey, Morgan,
and it was accurate.
Here.
Morgan.
Oh, yes. Morgan, how are you doing down in Florida?
Did you have to CNC a boat?
So
that you could get a boat.
Morgan, I sent you a message through IG because I don't have your phone number and I was checking on you.
You don't have Morgan's cell phone number?
I don't think so. I might.
You don't have his number?
It's probably like you wrote a silly name. It's like Morgan Hoppen Dugan Shuven Dubin or something.
Morgan says, yeah, you do. All right, let me check. Okay.
Alex, Morgan. I appreciate you saying that.
Oh, I do.
What is it under? Is it Stone's wife?
No, it's under Morgan Hop.
What is he in my phone?
I texted you first, Morgan. I do have it. Anybody else want Morgan's number? I got it. I'll share it.
I need
Morgan won't text me.
No.
Right above that is Matt Morgan.
Mike, how was your vacation?
It was great.
Are you familiar with how the pre-show goes? This is just.
Oh yeah,
we didn't give the spiel a few times.
All right.
So yeah, cut in and cut us off and make fun of us. That's basically the whole premise.
Yeah.
Haha. No, your mother.
Oh, that's don't cross the line.
That too far.
Rude. Yeah.
Sorry,
Mom.
Dan, are you drinking coffee or something else out of that hot glass?
I'm drinking coffee. I haven't had a drink in 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks.
Oh, nice.
My man.
Just want to point out,
I'm saving it up till Maker Camp, boy.
Oh God.
Don't think I'm on the wagon. I'm just taking a chill.
I just want to point out, he said hawk glass. I definitely heard, what are you drinking out of something else glass?
Right.
Oh.
You heard what you want to hear, Braden.
The glass is veiny.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I'm pounding coffee at 9 p.m.
What are you doing, Stone's stepdad?
Oh my God.
Alex, don't make us put you on a temporary mute again.
Oh, stop it.
That's exactly right, Patrick. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm proving to myself I don't have a problem, and clearly I don't, because I was able to.
Well, Pete, you've drank several different athletic brews, right?
Yeah, Athletic Brewing Company's great because
Yeah.
when
Like
I was
gym sock juice.
when I was in
Thank you,
really
Patrick.
bad shape, I was like, all right, I'm eating too poorly and drinking too much. Or in the summer when you just like you're doing stuff and it's hot and like it's too early for a beer. Like I was expecting one of you guys to be like,
Bourbon.
it's never too early for a beer. Yeah, no, it's great for woodworking in a shop. Do you drink or you don't drink, right?
You know what? I quit drinking about 3.5 years ago because of
Good on you.
AFib.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Good reason to quit.
Yeah. So, and the funny thing was, is the book I read on AFib, the guy said, "Hey, check out. There's a lot of good non-alcoholic beers now. It's not your grandpa's O'Doul's, and
Yeah,
they're good. And the funny thing is they actually taste like beer.
they do. It's not like you, if you're an avid beer drinker, you're occasionally like, all right, like I could tell, but they're pretty good, especially the hoppier ones, so to speak.
Yep. There's a lot
I've had
of
the Athletic
hazy
Breweries. They're actually
IPAs.
pretty good.
What was that, Mike?
It's just
There's
missing
a
that
lot of-
one little thing that makes you feel good, you know?
But yeah,
know what I
there's a
mean?
lot of hazy IPAs out there.
The
Which
hazy
I was
are
never
good
an IPA fan, but I kind of like the hazy IPAs.
because it's just like a more flavorful beer flavor. It's not that subtle. Like the blue and yellow Athletic Brewing Company are like a little lighter, so like
yes,
it feels like a beer soda. But then again, there's people out there that drink Bud Light. Am I right?
Ayo.
they got a
Busch
Bush
Light.
NA.
Bush Latte.
So earlier, my wife and I were talking, and I'm like, Max is shedding really bad. And she's like, yeah, we need a brush. I'm like, I can't find the brush. I'm gonna go buy a dog brush. I'm like, no, you're not. I can 3D print one. That's what I'm doing right now, baby.
A dog
A dog
brush.
brush.
So I'm still down the rabbit hole of chat GPT.
Oh gosh.
I asked it who is Matt Everhart, and it's gave me basically regurgitated is a woodworker and co-host of another woodshop podcast. He's known for his skills, blah blah blah. Nobody cares. No idea who he is. And I said, what happened to Peter Kapar? Peter Kapar, known for his work in the woodworking community and as co-host of another woodshop podcast, experienced a personal health crisis in early 2023. He shared that he was
really.
He shared that he was diagnosed with cancer, which led to an outpouring of support from the woodworking community.
What the F?
Following his diagnosis, he has been open about his journey, raising awareness and encouraging others to seek early medical advice. His resilience and dedication have inspired many. He continues to be an influential figure in woodworking discussions.
That is creepy.
Are you using like a Temu or AliExpress chat GPT?
ChatGPT.com. It's
Yeah, like a
it's
brush
the one.
that's made for dogs.
Dude, I literally use ChatGPT and like search the info and it wait, are you using a free one or the paid or what?
I'm using the free one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I literally was using it earlier and it was pulling me up, pulling you guys up. That's
Oh,
weird.
that's
God.
crazy that
Well,
it would
guys-
come up with that whole backstory about cancer.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Health wise, I'm
it just
doing
made
great.
It's making me relog in. I'm hoping it takes me back to
Are you
what I just searched because apparently you experienced a tragic car accident.
Me or Dan?
Dan.
Oh, well, that's
Oh.
we know that.
Really?
I'm assuming he wasn't born that
I'm
way.
wondering if somebody in the chat is feeding it full hunky facts.
They're just like
just like
Just-
feverishly typing over
just
the computer.
throwing
I'm
in
like,
BS. And,
And now it's gone because it made me log in. So
All right,
I'm going to
please
see if
search
I can get
again.
to recreate.
Are you sure you're not on farmersonly.com?
Oh my God.
Farmers only GPT.
I had to look
But
up
it's
the other
weird.
day what
I-
corn phobia was, or like being afraid of corn, and I was surprised once again that it's actually a thing.
Have you heard of
Shocked.
corn sweat?
Corn sweat? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I've learned about corn sweat and how
Yeah,
it affects the weather.
Oh, no,
every
it's a
time
thing.
I have Fritos.
I do a lot of gravel cycling, and if you have corn on one side of the road and beans on the other, you can feel the humidity coming off the corn.
That's crazy.
It is.
I hear it how it affects temperature in some areas. Like it literally
Yeah,
will
like here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like where you
Yes.
guys are. We have corn just outside of where we live, but like not enough to like change the temperature.
You got to drive through a corn maze to get to Pete's house.
You got to run through it backwards with your pants down. That's what I hear.
Facts.
Yeah. Max, I think that I've accidentally stumbled on a cross of the multiverse, and I'm like feeding in the darkest timeline
Yeah,
here.
you found a different timeline.
I'm just typing buttons into the internet
That's
and
so
hoping
funny.
a stranger doesn't take
I
me.
think the robots are trying to tell us something.
Do you guys ever get
I'm not
like
driving anymore.
do you get conspiracy theory TikToks? Or
Oh,
like
yeah.
or like
Occasionally.
or ones that like make you
Yes.
question like the fruit of the loom. It always had like the cornucopia behind like the
yeah.
thing.
The Mandela,
Mandela
stuff.
Yeah,
effects,
like the Mandela effect. Thank you for finding a name because I forgot. But like all that stuff really f's me up sometimes because I like just
You know
second
how-
guess my entire life afterwards.
You know how the Mandela effect got its name, right? Because of Nelson Mandela, there was a lot of people that believed he was dead for like the longest time, and then like he died like what 4 years ago.
Yeah, I
Officially?
may have been one of those people.
And people are like, no, he died.
Yeah, he
That's
died in prison
long
back
time
in the
ago.
80s.
Alex.
Yeah.
It's not Morgan Freeman effect.
Oh
Jeez.
God.
2024, you can't make those jokes.
Where's the mute button again?
Wait. In his defense, I think Morgan Freeman played Nelson Mandela in that
He did.
Mandela movie.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Or was that
he's- I
somebody
think
else?
he's-
Was that
I
a
think-
Mandela effect itself?
I think he's mixing up the butterfly effect.
Was he in that?
Yes. Invictus. Good job.
In
Max.
What did you call me?
Invict what?
In who?
Us.
Okay, so now I'm on a different thread. Another One Shot podcast, AWP,
That's
is a woodworking themed podcast hosted by Daniel Dunlap and Mike Coffey.
I'm there too, I swear.
Not according to this. Tone. AWP strikes a balance between being informative and entertaining. It's less formal than some other woodworking podcasts, making it accessible for both beginners and seasoned woodworkers alike.
Mm.
Ooh.
Seasoned veterans.
You
What
know,
is happening to the
Wow.
internet here?
sometimes I think about our podcast
think
and I'm
the
like,
AI is going
you just gotta let it
the
go,
wrong
bro.
way.
yeah.
You just gotta let it go.
I often think about our podcast and I'm like, man, do we need to like tighten up this train wreck? And then I go, no, because we're the only podcast like this.
Yeah.
At least in a woodworking space.
People expect this now, I think.
Yeah. We're the Howard Stern of
We're like
woodworking
We're
podcasts.
the MSG of podcasts. Like
Madison
everybody
Square
kinda
Garden?
thinks-
Obviously.
Everybody thinks it's a little bit dangerous, but secretly it just makes things taste good.
I can get behind that.
It's like, who's that podcaster that used to be a UFC fighter, I think, or used to cover UFC?
Ro Jogan.
Thank you, Ro Jogan. I like that version better. I for the longest time was
never
like
a UFC fighter. He was the UFC.
he was the announcer. That's right. And before that, it was like Fear Factor or something. But I always, and to this day, I'm always like, are we supposed to hate him? Do I hate him or do we like him? Like, because based on who he interviews, and he just vibes with everyone. And I think he's actually really, really good at interviews. But sometimes I just can't tell if I'm supposed to hate him or like him. I think that's us. People can't tell if they should hate us or like us, but they keep listening. We appreciate it.
Fact.
Well, he's a
Look
really
at that
strong
pump.
interviewer. That's the thing. Like he's a strong interviewer in the sense that he knows how to do the yes and really, really well. The problem is he offers a platform that doesn't really
to people that don't
fact-checked.
that shouldn't have a platform.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get fact checked fast enough. So it's said with such confidence that people are like, oh, these are definitely experts, not.
I
"Hey,
heard this
we're
on Joe
discussing
Rogan,
a
so it's
topic."
true.
That's
Look
right.
at that good
Yeah.
boy.
Yep. Here's a 2-year-old, Dan.
The goodest boy.
These two
Snuggles.
Yep.
or she.
He-
I
No,
shouldn't
BT.
be
Yep. Oliver.
assuming it's gender.
Yep.
They, them.
He is a stubborn dog. I mean,
Uh,
he's a good dog, but like outside, you can call his name. He won't listen to anything. But if you say you want to go to the shop, that dog sprints to the door.
I love that the shop is a
That's
way
all-
to call
yeah.
dogs in our
Or-
community.
So the only
Max went over there so he can lick his paws without getting yelled at.
oh yeah, he does that a lot.
He's
The
got
only words he
allergies
knows
currently.
outside is you want to go to the shop or tree rats because he knows tree rats or squirrels
rats.
and he'll go nuts. But you call his name, he won't even look at you.
Did you hear your name?
His government name.
How old's Max?
Maxwell.
Maxwell.
How
Oh,
old's Max, Dan?
7.5.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then
we got him in 2017. He was born in March 2017. We got him in May. So yeah,
It's
7.5.
gonna be May.
Not to bring the mood down a little bit, but I do want to send some love to one of our makers in the community, Jake Vance, JV Woodworks, not JD. JV Woodworks.
Advanced Refrigeration.
His very good pup is in pup heaven now. Past this week.
no.
So
Oh no.
and
That sucks.
Rexy boy. And my favorite story about this dog is the fact that because they got his medication at like a regular pharmacy because it was also human medication. So they had to specifically write on the prescription Rex the dog. And that's how they would pick it up. It always made me smile. So sending you
Yeah, we've
love,
got
Jake.
medication from normal pharmacy, and they always put Suitor Dog.
Suitor dog. Well, because that'd be confusing. I mean, like, how do you pick up medication without an ID?
I don't have
that
your laser.
matches?
It's over there, bud.
Yeah, like, that must be
So
tricky.
we no longer have her, but our oldest golden we had, she was on thyroid medication, and it was like a Monday, and I was tired. I was watching Monday Night Football, and I was playing with the dogs on the floor, and I had to go up to take my medicine, and I accidentally grabbed her thyroid medication and took it. And I'm like, that wasn't mine. And then, so I'm like, oh crap. So then, our vet had after hours, and she said, yeah, it's actually the same medicine as they give people, but dogs need a lot more than people. So, so she goes, yeah, you kind of overdosed on thyroid medicine. And so then she's like, well, maybe you should check with your doctor in the morning. He said, yeah, you'd have to do that for several days for anything to
Oh, okay.
matter,
Thank
but
goodness.
Yeah.
Took a horse pill of thyroid meds.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy though. It's the same medicine, and humans need a lot less dose than dogs.
It's thyroids.
Yeah.
Thick thighs save lives, right? That's a saying.
Speaking of saving lives, I heard an interesting rumor that is 100% fact that Patrick Ginzel has no idea what he's talking about at any time about anything.
I've heard that.
We could fact
Yeah,
check
I've heard
it
that.
via
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
So
Yeah.
we had our fact checkers check it
ChatGPT,
out.
I'm gonna just start putting hidden text into our websites and just messages about people. Like Matt, whatever his name was. Matt Everhart.
Pete, this one's going to
Matt
piss you off.
Everhart.
Peter Kapar is another key figure from AWP community. He often collaborates with the hosts, Daniel Dunlap and Mike Coffey, though he is not one of the primary co-hosts.
Downgraded. Oh my god.
He's a secondary.
I am offended.
One step above, he died in a car accident, but still not to full title.
Man, I'm
No,
getting
wait.
just
I
beaten
got in
up.
a car accident. Pete got the big C.
Oh, that's right.
But I beat
Yeah.
it. I beat it, and now I'm a prominent figure. So
You beat
That's
it.
right.
Don't want to brag. That's a nice resume. I mean, Dan got hit by a truck,
The woodworking
and the truck won.
legend and founder of AWP, Matt Everhart.
Dan, I'm hoping that's a microphone in front of you.
Yeah,
It's not. I hate to tell it to you. It's not.
it's gray with age. The Matt Everhart Memorial Podcast.
I finally got one that has all three of us as hosts.
Did you have to type it in specifically?
Tell me about AWP, another woodshop podcast, hosted specifically by Daniel Dunlap, Peter Kapar, and Braden Bowe.
Yeah, you had to feed it information.
You had to give it all the information. Just repeat what I say.
No,
robot.
I just kept asking it. Well, what happened to, and then Peter Kapar, or what happened to Braden Boakes, or what happened to Daniel Dunlap, and finally it spit one out. Also, I think we've discovered what my Maker Camp like special edition T-shirt that I'm going to make is. I'm Matt Everhart, host of AWP.
It's gonna be really awkward if there is actually a maker named Matt Everhart.
Yeah, we should probably look into that.
Because
We
I
should
mean,
have
there's
him as a guest.
several.
According to
No, then
ChatGPT,
that will screw with ChatGPT so bad. We
according to
can't do that.
ChatGPT, you're a co-host, so we figured we should have you on.
I think he's
All
the
of them-
founder.
All of the Matt Everharts I'm finding on Instagram are not ones you want.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Well, one of them, I thought I was looking at like a young dude's party page, and it turns out it's some older dude that just likes to party still.
I don't know how to spell Everhart, guys.
I don't know. Isn't his like Carhartt with the DT in there, like a hidden D? Giggity.
Heyo.
Every jacket has a
Are we
hidden
talking
D.
about this Jim Bro dude?
Sure, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Everhart. Found him.
Oh, I don't
with
that.
like the beard.
He could definitely kick my ass. I should probably stop.
He just walks up to
He
Braden
hasn't
like,
posted anything since
"Heard you-
2022. I wonder
heard
if
you've been talking a bunch of and just punches him in the
he's
face.
probably right down the street. Boo, boo, boo.
He's like, guys, I live in
Oh
Nebraska.
God, I know you from the internet.
Maybe that's the guy that was sitting on your curb a couple years ago, just drinking beer.
Maybe.
Matt
Yeah.
Everhart.
God, whatever
RIP.
happened to that guy?
He just
He
like
went and started a different podcast.
he probably just got erased from this timeline, and he's just traveling through timelines. He got the dance house, and he just didn't have the heart to come up there and say hi to him, so he just sat on a curb. That's what happened. The darkest
Drank a
timeline.
beer. There was
It's
a
the guy
country
that
song
ordered
about
that ZCI 2 years ago.
Oh.
He was waiting for local pickup.
We're gonna talk about that during the podcast.
Dude, that is
If you
so
missed
funny.
my story earlier today, I got a message on Etsy from a buyer. They bought a ZCI in 2022, December of 2022. Sent it out. It got returned to me because the address that they gave me was undeliverable. So I sent them a message in December of 2022 and asked them if they could update their address so I could resend it to them. Dude messages me this morning, 648 days later, and he just gave me his address. There was no other like, hey, how you doing? Sorry about the wait. It was just, here's my address. It's like I responded. I never shared it with you guys. I responded and said, yeah, no problem. I'll send it out in 2026.
Who said in a chat that was like, he's gonna be real mad when he reads it in 2026.
I think Kamani.
They don't even make the song
Dave
anymore.
Meow. Dave Meow was like, set a calendar reminder to message him back in 2026. I'm like, I don't plan that far ahead. I might be dead.
What saw was it
I
for?
eat too bad.
I mean, apparently
K-Tex.
Yeah, apparently you drive cars, so
yeah, the hosts are just dying off and getting into accidents and
Yeah.
things.
Now
Except-
that I've had my future foretold,
Except Braden, who's apparently bulletproof in this one.
I mean, there were several versions where I didn't even exist. So
I feel like you were writing like you had ChatGPT writing AWP fan fiction for years now, where you're one of the hosts, and then you forgot to start a new thread and you started asking questions in this, and like Matthew Everhart is like a love interest that you like wrote into the story or whatever. It's not a dark timeline. It's working off of the information you've provided over the years.
Matt Everhart is my secret crush.
Ugh, have you seen his profile picture?
Not that one. Different one.
different zip code. All right, let me actually pull up these questions because I think we have.
did I spell Everhart wrong? I may have spelled Everhart wrong. Let's give it another.
HARDTT.
Pull up questions.
Oh man, Alex is right. Maybe I just discovered I didn't actually end up on ChatGPT. I ended up on the online version of Death Note.
Oh God.
Oh,
You got to specify, otherwise it's a heart attack. Not that I would know because I don't watch Nerd in May. I love anime.
Where
I'm kidding.
did Matt Everhart go?
oh, this guy's a wrestling coach. This one.
Oh no.
No, I don't want to know if another host got killed off in this story. When
This
did
one's
we
a
record
golfer?
last? It was the 19th, right? Yes. Okay, so we listened to all these questions.
Matt Everhart. His Instagram name is Obey Me Bitch 1.
Whoa,
One, so he's the first one.
number
I
one.
assume there's 2 and 3.
And now,
Oh, yeah,
and now
he
it's
looks like a
it's
baddie.
gaslighting me into saying Matt Everhart never existed. Where is this man?
You cannot trust ChatGPT.
Yeah.
All right. Questions.
Ooh, yeah. Hang on. First one, of
Oh,
course.
Where in the world is Matthew Everhart?
Speaking of which, who's gonna sign my yearbook at Maker
You
Camp?
got one of those books?
Yeah, I got one of the Mark Adams books.
Am I in there? I'm never in his.
You
his
were in
post.
here.
Am I?
I went through and made sure that we were all in here. Emma is actually the first one of us that shows up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's not shocking at all.
That tracks.
And also this photo of VIP patron Jeff.
Really. Maybe Matt Everhart is in all of you.
Dumps like a truck. Thighs like what? Am I right?
Like King Kong.
Mike, how was your vacation?
That was
Did I already
great.
ask this?
No, you did. Yeah, there was one day we had 35 elk around our camper for 4 hours.
Did you get one for dinner?
No. The big bull. Well, it's the rut there. So, but the dogs were elevated. They were good, but man, they were going from every window to every window, and the weather was great. Got some good hiking in, and
Were you in one spot, or did you bounce around? Or
so we went to Rocky Mountain National Park. We stayed in Estes Park, and then to break the trip up, pulling the camper, we stayed in North Platte each way. So
You should have just hooked it up to the truck. It probably would have been a little bit easier.
Believe
Heyo.
from Maker Camp. What are the top 10 things?
I'm sorry,
this
did I
is-
start listening to the Real Tree Camo podcast? Is that a thing? I don't understand the joke, Patrick.
I'll tell you when you're older. All right, so we got that
Also,
one.
did I
in.
show you my pretty vase? And look at, I used my
the color changing.
PLA.
Nice.
What a pretty vase.
That looks
The
pretty.
vase, thank you. Or once again, you could put queso in here as well.
Everything
Ooh,
is a
nice.
queso container if you try hard enough.
That is right.
Who's that? Hey, there's Dan.
Coochie, coochie, coochie.
I look good there.
Who's that next to him? Is that constructing Jessica?
It is not constructing Jessica. It's somebody that I don't recognize, but they got a fat stogie.
They
Oh
got a
yeah,
stogie.
cigar.
Who is that?
Oh my God, Josh the dad called in with a question.
He did.
Yosh the Papa?
Josh the papa, and then of course Alex with his
Joshua.
a legal limit of 2 questions. Oh, Alex Adams. Sorry, this is the B221. 221, crazy.
Dose
221, 222, whatever it takes. Can we just keep that theme rolling?
just
for
every
show
week.
222, 223, whatever it takes. 223, 224, whatever it takes.
So I actually still have like under show title ideas. The one we thought of like a month or 2 ago, the Lumberverse. Like just
Okay.
saving it for that one when we're just like, I have nothing. Oh, there's us. Look at that. By the way, I did learn something that I think
Ooh.
we need to implement this year.
Just the one thing.
For Maker
Max
Camp.
Reed said that girl with the stogie looks like Leah Hartman. By the way,
Who is that? Why does that name
Girl with
not
a
ring a
stogie.
bell?
if it ain't Matt Everhart, I don't know.
So I don't know if it was we didn't last year we got to take photos at night and I don't think we got to do them during a day. And the photos at night came out way like I saw every one of my pores. I don't know if it's the settings he had or whatever, was like way more overexposed. And I'm like, I have to get photos during the day because these are my headshots every year. Like I need, I need these. So yeah, that's my goal. We got to do during the
Learning
day.
Leah. Okay.
Oh, I know that name.
actually
Okay.
sounds familiar.
Oh, I have a. Hold on.
What are you telling me to hold on for?
Learning Leah.
Oh,
Oh, you just had that handy?
I just have this, and it's you can't see, but Learning Leah.
I think I have that somewhere.
Okay.
She was
I
giving
just
them
had it
out last
sitting
year,
here.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Morgan.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This is a real person. We can't say that. All right. Let's listen to some of these questions. This one is extra spicy. I'm kidding. It's not. It's just
Meow.
Josh the father. Let's play his first. And let's turn on.
Nick
So-
Nick Bram still hasn't seen the story I posted.
Oh, Nick. Tell me you
never
don't
mind.
watch my
Yes, he
stories
has.
without telling me you don't watch my stories. Nick. All right, Josh the Dad.
Hey there, guys. It's Josh the Dad. You know Josh the Dad, one of the big IG. How's it going? I know it's been a while, been a tad busy, but that's okay because I still listen to the podcast. So, Team Dan, Kit, and Caboodle. Yep. I really need to finish listening to the last podcast. Anyways, I had an IG friend send me a question, so here it is for you. What do you do with all those IG questionable accounts that follow you? You know, the ones where they're really hot ladies in the picture that are probably some guy.
Follow right back as soon as possible.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, do you block them? Do you delete them? Do you let them ride because they're numbers, baby? What do you do? Anyways, okay. Work hard. Do your best. Have a lot of fun. Later.
Thanks, Josh. Good question.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but my request folder, oh, they're trying to me. Oh, they're trying to get it. They're trying to get that
Is
wet.
that message request?
This is message requests. It's all just group chats.
You and
what are you just saving them
And
for like a
no,
trophy?
no,
Look
no,
at this.
no. This was cleared out yesterday.
Okay.
These are
It
all.
was cleaned out yesterday.
Wow. I emptied it
Okay.
yesterday, and now I got all these hotties after me.
Oh, I apologize. Not yesterday. Maybe it's been a week. The oldest one is 1 week old. So these are constantly coming in. What really makes me laugh is when I notice just from the icons, because it only shows you two, and it's like X-Stool's in this one. Like me and X-Stool and like 29
These are
other people.
all my message requests. All of them. All one.
Really?
Yeah. I delete them.
Wait,
Dan
no.
keeps it
like
tight.
under the
I don't
hidden
keep
ones.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like
all of them.
I go through
I
and
delete
delete,
them.
and occasionally I get a genuine one, and I'm like, what did you say? Like they commented on something I did, and I'm like, how did you get in here? Like, how did you get into my hidden requests? All you did was like ask me about this saw that I used.
It's how they ask.
I check our podcast hidden requests a couple times a week because sometimes people sneak in there that are actual.
I'll bet when you first took over, that was a
It
cluster
was
F.
Pretty filled. So I just cleared it
was-
out. I want to see next week.
Okay.
was an
We're gonna check
exciting
back in next week,
journey.
everybody.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Did you just purge them all, Pete?
Yeah, I checked to see if there was anyone that was like
Right.
genuinely responding, and you can tell it's easy because just one person messaging you. Because like I honestly, and I mean no offense to anyone that is in a group chat with me on IG, but I do not read those group chats. It's just too many.
I got put into a new one like
I'm in
a week
several.
and a half ago, and I feel bad. I really want to quit, and I feel bad.
I
It's
still
everybody
have
trying to like prop everybody up, and I get it. But God, I hate group chat.
Dan. I still have Vermeer in our in my.
That's the one.
It's sitting in my
the
request. I
one
have
in my
that and one
request.
more from someone. I need to. Oh, somebody listening to the podcast. They have some questions, so I will respond to this. Damon, I did not forget about you if you're listening to the pre-show. Also, wait, I wanted to backtrack all the way to the beginning of the podcast or pre-show because we had a new face, possibly Humble Home. We said
Ooh.
hello from Pennsylvania, so that's usually taken care of by Patrick. So we have somebody new from PA. So welcome.
So what happens to when they add you to the group's message in unread? They just delete.
What?
Jason, I have a real hard time following along with Jason. Is there
He's speaking
anybody
Canadian.
Hey, he's a
who
new
can
feed.
translate for me?
What happens to when you I don't know.
What
I
the-
mean, I'm
what the
assuming
heck
when
is
you
a perp?
delete them, you just
know what he's
leave
asking.
that chat. I
I
don't know.
don't know what
Just
he's
gonna-
asking.
I'm just gonna start adding Dan back into group
Mm,
chats. He's gonna leave, and I'm gonna pull him right back.
Dude, I've tried to do that from like friend group chats, like a video game group chat from, I don't know, 10 years ago that's still going. And occasionally it just goes off the rails. I'm like, I don't have time for this. I'm too busy. And then next I leave and I get a text back that's like, no, you don't, you son of a bee.
Braden Alex actually had a good idea. God, that was painful to say. But put whatever Jason just typed into the chat, put that into Chat GPT and ask it to translate.
Guys, I use one of the coolest features on the iPhone. And
What's that?
And it legitimately blew my mind. So with the newer phones, they don't have the little
There's
toggle
a calculator.
for, for silent or whatever. it's called an action button. So you can select it to do whatever you want. During the setup, when I was setting up the new phone, I was kind of going through the options. So you can do Ringer, you can do Shazam, you can do Translate.
Shazam, the movie with Sinbad, right?
Yeah, Sinbad. Yeah. So
Okay.
I actually used the Translate option with someone, and it was remarkably good. And it just picked up the language that they were speaking Spanish, and like we tested it out with one of my friends that did not speak a lick of English, and we were talking about the shop because he came over to the shop, and it was, dude, like that's the most futuristic stuff ever. This is so freaking awesome because like in a couple of decades, like, or a couple of years, when my daughter can talk, she can talk with her cousins and grandparents in Poland without completely being lost as to what's going on.
Putting in the work.
Exactly.
Sounds lazy to me.
Also, my wife that hasn't learned Polish yet, but that's okay. I still love her.
Okay,
But that's
she's
so
cute.
cool,
That's
dude.
fine.
It's so cool that that's like technology that we have nowadays. It blows my mind. Sorry, it
Yeah,
might
it's
not be
crazy.
exciting for you guys because
Do you remember just 10
live in
years ago?
Omaha.
Was it 10 years ago? 15, well, let's say 15. Just 15 years ago, we had to drive around without GPS.
We just had no idea where we were going.
No.
We were
Right.
just driving around willy-nilly.
Dan, I
Just
think
raw dog it
10
life.
years ago, we were still rocking Garmin's in our car.
You remember when you had to
MapQuest.
print out
Printed
MapQuest?
MapQuest.
And then like 10 years
MapQuest.
before that was MapQuest. Yeah.
Or back in the
Or
day when
Rand
you went on a
McNally.
family trip and Dad pulled out a giant map and he's trying to
Rand McNally.
Dad, you're
God.
driving.
Yeah.
give it to Mom. Oh my God.
It's like, I love
Is
watching
that
the
a
videos
wheel?
that are
No,
like,
it's the Atlas.
drivers these days are so distracted. Like, meanwhile, me in 2007, and it's like, I'm going through a CD case and I'm taking a CD out. Putting one in. Or you have the little
Giant book of CDs.
boom,
Yeah.
boom. Because of course you had the four CD per side,
Yeah.
right?
And then they
Don't
fall out
waste your
into the
time,
passenger
Yeah.
seat.
And you get of course you have some
already-
cherries or something hanging off the mirror too, right?
Oh, even better than that, like
inside
back when
mine.
I had a giant book of CDs, I still had a tape deck, and I had one of those inserts that you put the,
Oh, the
the
converter?
tape into the
Ooh,
tape
yeah,
deck, and then
yeah.
you had that little CD player. And if you didn't pillow that thing, it would skip. It would skip out if you hit a pebble in the road.
Oh,
So
man.
you're just like, oh God, don't skip.
Those were the good old days. I remember like when I got my first car that didn't have a tape deck in it, I was like, how am I gonna listen to like, oh, it has an aux input. Because I use the tape deck too with the little the little cable. By the way, Nick, to answer your question, yes, I will be making the baby bilingual so that me and her have a secret language that mommy doesn't understand.
You're just gonna make it bilingual?
Yeah.
That should be her choice.
There's an operation. Yeah.
Jeez,
I'll
you
just-
damn liberals.
We're
in
just
here.
gonna watch Polish Mundo when Emma's taking a nap.
All these teachers at all these schools making all the kids bilingual without asking their parents.
Your son leaves
Before you know it,
home.
your kids are coming home bilingual.
They're making all of the illegal aliens bilingual.
My God.
Oh my God.
All
We
right.
should listen to questions. This is
We
getting crazy. I'm gonna go get another cup of coffee because clearly I don't have enough.
All right, Alex, are both of these questions or one of them is a question? Let's see. All right, Alex Adams.
All right, with the Maker Camp schedule just released, what are you guys looking forward to the most in terms of either demos or exhibitors? And do you have any other tips for first-time visitors other than bringing your own canoe and bootleg boots?
Wow, Alex, you just aged yourself with the Muzzy videos. And if you don't know
Man.
what this is, then you guys are too young for me. Do you know what Muzzy is?
I like how Alex basically called out Dan with the knockoff boots, and Dan's not even here.
It's fine. He'll get to hear it genuinely during the
Shots
podcast.
fired.
All right, this next one is from his twin brother, Alex Adams.
Hey guys, it's Alex at Type A Furniture, and I have a question about raw metal desk legs. What do you guys use if you've ever done any of the raw metal for legs or any other things as kind of a clear coat? I'm looking for a matte finish. I've used a wipe-on clear coat and really didn't like the results, so I'm curious what you guys do for projects like that.
He's looking for a Matt Everhart finish.
Yeah, Mate Everharte. That's actually a really good question. I've actually have some experience with this.
Don't say
Raw
that.
steel, but there's a lot of buffing. Had to sit there with the sandpaper. Just make sure the leg was nice and you can do whatever you want with the hand movements there.
Just don't do it in your driveway.
Next question's from Sarah, and she wrote in, so we used AI to, elevate her voice.
I can't believe we are 2 weeks away from Maker Camp. What are the top 10 things to pack? See you soon, girlies. Sarah with Rosie's Woodshop.
Solid question. 10 things. I don't know if I can think of 10 things. Definitely underwear. Don't be like Dan all the years.
Just wandering around with nothing but a leaf.
You guys feel that breeze? No, Dan, just you.
Leaf like a Greek statue, but like the Dionysius one, like the fat baby.
Buddha was a statue.
Yeah, but Buddha was way calmer than Dan at any point ever.
I need to learn Blender so I can make like a little Dan Buddha statue.
Well, it's not hard. You just push the pulse or the blend or the mix or the chop buttons.
Mix.
And
I go between high and low, high and low. The key is you don't stop because when you restart, right, Dan? That's right.
Dan say yes.
Yup.
Yep, there it is. Yep, told you guys. All right, Braden, you owe me $5.
Bilingual agenda.
Is the dog brush done yet? I see it moving.
Mm-mm. If it's moving, it's definitely not done.
Printer's so slow.
If the printers are rocking, the print ain't not knocking.
It's got 29 minutes left. Oh
Oh,
God.
nice.
I did
Is
not
it in
time that
ludicrous?
well.
Is it in ludicrous mode?
Actually, I don't know how to make it go faster. I just print. I just press the play button. I don't know how to do all that yet.
Did you guys see Bamboo? This is going to be in my Maker news if we get to that. But Bamboo released a new nozzle for high flow, and it prints even
For when
faster.
the flow is heavy.
Yeah. Yep. That's it,
Interesting.
Dan.
It's
That's
a
the
1
one.
centimeter wide nozzle.
Is that big? Is it
Yeah.
dilated to 1?
1 centimeter? It's like 3/8. No. 5/8? 5/8. Roughly 5/8. Let me
5/8 what?
consult my Festool tape. Oh wait, this
Oh
is
God,
only
what the heck?
God, you
What
name
the
drop
heck is
enough.
that?
Now you got a brand drop.
also this is not the one that has the metric and imperial.
They
it just
don't-
has
If it's
metric.
1 centimeter, I would guess 3/8.
It's
Hey
rough.
Siri, what is 1 centimeter in inches?
Let's see.
What?
1
The
centimeter
heck?
is 0.39 inches.
3/8, just a little over 3/8.
0.415 inches.
Nope, 0.39.
Oh
Oh wait,
hey,
I'm a little off from 10.
somebody needs to throw what Hamilton just said into something. I don't some sort of translator.
Oh.
Click your action.
Oh
button.
God.
Dan, it's 25/64. Exactly. So just,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
What did Hamilton just say?
What did Hamilton say? Oh,
Braden,
yes.
Braden, use your work computer to translate that.
Pete,
Let's
is that
see.
I
Polish?
will not.
Yeah, jesteście zawsze tacy zabawni. You guys are always so fun. Oglądanie
Morgan and Patrick, I know
Patryk-
that.
Morgana I Patryk. It's weird to read it in Polish. W komentarzach jest świetne. He's enjoying the bickering between Patrick and Morgan in the chat. I do as well. It is
I
Polish.
typically ignore those guys.
Chat GPT.
GPT. I like that. That's way
God,
better.
we've got some. I'm gonna go ahead and snip this chat because we've got some good stuff here.
Wait, did I send you guys that video of the ATM in like some European country? Just had like a little animated guy that yelled at you.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. So this is the future, and this is
You
what I'm
must be
excited
talking
for.
to your other friends.
No, it was definitely in the maker chat that I can't say out loud in good company.
My shop help does not like it when I name that chat.
He's like, can you just refer to that chat as my maker friends? It makes me uncomfortable.
The makening.
What do you refer to it as?
We can't say it out loud here.
All right.
We can't do
It's a pun, but a distasteful pun.
It's not Maker Camp. It's Maker. Also starts with a C, but it's 3 letters.
Enjoy their time.
Makers enjoy their time.
It started. What was it? 3 years ago now. At Makers
Back
for Sale.
before-
Maker Climax. I like that. That's good. In case we need a backup name. It started 3 years ago at the Friends on a Farm. That was at Adrian's farm. A bunch of us makers got together. Dan and Braden were invited. No, they were not. Braden wasn't even born yet. Dan was invited,
I couldn't make
but
it.
yeah, it was far. David Wirt drove from Kansas. He's in Kansas, right? I think Kansas,
If memory serves me correctly, it was during my anniversary with my
it
wife.
may have been, yeah. Actually,
So
Daddy DIY Scott was driving cross country to drop off that giant wheel of fortune to a client, so he ended up stopping by. So that was a good year. And anyways, we wanted.
we listened to all the questions.
We did. But
Okay.
the reason the chat started is because I pitched the idea of I missed having just one filthy group chat. All the group chats that were the naughty ones turned into like video games or just a bunch of dads or whatever, and they were soft. We needed something hard, and that's how Maker Come came about.
Don't say hard.
And yeah, so
And now
Pizza.
people know.
and now people know that's what it's called. I slipped up, but I like Maker Climax.
And you have the only working mute like beep button.
Oh yeah, I do. I didn't even curse. I just
We'll take it out in post.
we'll take out the beep and post.
It's a good thing this isn't live.
We're so rogue.
So do you have auto beeps or you got to be quick?
No, I have a button here. So I
He can only
just do
beep
that.
himself.
Yeah.
He can't
All
beep
pre-
me when I say beep.
Oh. Oh no, you can't. You can't redact that. Where's? I wish I could pull that back up.
Retract and redact, baby.
Redacted. I want to see what Jackman did. Oh, Paul, I gotta hit you up because I have the templates, but I'm realizing I was gonna start milling up all the wood this weekend. I don't have. Like, I'm assuming there's a PDF that comes with it for assembly. So, anyways,
Yeah, you just put it together.
just put it together.
You just fold
Oh,
in the cheese,
Jack,
Pete.
man.
You fold in
Fold
the
in the
cheese.
cheese. What do you mean fold in the cheese?
You just fold it in.
Oh, I've been getting real big into baking, man. So I've learned about folding in the last couple of weeks.
Bacon.
I've been gaining a lot of weight, so I've been learning about folding.
You
Yeah.
guys excited for New Jersey barbecue and fresh baked bread?
Oh,
Did we talk about how
New
that
Jersey
came up?
barbecue. Yeah, that reminds me. Who in the chat is going to the Texas Woodworking Festival in
Oh
November?
yeah, we forgot to mention that.
Yeah,
we
I was-
need to mention that.
And if you're planning on it, if you use code AWP, you can save 10% or more on your car insurance and maybe even your ticket.
It's AWP 10.
AWP 10.
AWP 10.
10.
Also, with that said, there's a good chance that we're going to be giving away a ticket to the Texas Woodworking Festival.
The chance is 100%.
Yeah, it's 100.
We're giving away a ticket, and it's the education
Next
pass.
week.
So it's you're able to attend all the classes.
It's the expensive one.
Yes.
You do have to fly yourself out there, and it is November 9th through the 10th.
Yes.
Unfortunately, none of us can make it because we got notified too soon to the festival, but next year for sure.
Morgan, are you guys going to be there because you feel like being there and you just happen to be in Texas, or is Onefinity there?
They're there.
I'm
They're
trying to
there.
read and
They're there?
translate what Jackman just wrote.
Is this just Polish reading hour now? Is that what's going on?
Pete dances in circles. Dan snores like an oak, like an old
Ooh.
oak.
Like a white
I'll
oak?
And
take
then Przyjaźni jak pleasant like a clock.
So like a
Loosely,
clock.
he's trying to make a haiku, which I appreciate the effort. Listen, Jackman writing me a haiku. This is my wet dream from a couple years ago. Like I
Now
said,
it's just a nightmare.
like Jackman was one of my like content heroes, like growing up in the community.
And then you met him.
And
So
then I met
this is
him.
how that
and,
happened.
then, and then you realize that there's like millions of other people on there.
And then we have each other on speed dial. Also, he's in Jackman.
Is-
You're in Pennsylvania, or you
Sean
were in
Kirsch has
Pennsylvania.
always hated me. Not just now.
What? Sean Kirsch doesn't hate you.
Sean does not like me.
I mean,
He just
just because
doesn't
he's
care for you.
just because he says you're like the white oak of humans, like doesn't mean
Okay.
anything.
See? See?
So what's the white oak joke?
Sean Kirsch doesn't like White Oak.
White oak is the joke.
That's the joke.
That's the joke.
I gotta say, it does smell pretty bad when you mail it.
I don't get everybody
Oh,
smelling
no.
all this stuff.
Pete,
Wood
Pete.
smells like wood.
You have a pellet smoker, don't you?
I do.
Okay. I have an electric smoker, and white oak is one of the best woods.
Well,
White Oak and cherry, baby.
but mine's still. Oh,
Which
you have like
wood?
the electric. I got you. What you mean? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. You put actual like little briquettes in there.
No,
or-
I just use woodworking
just straight-
scraps.
Oh, really? Oh, that's awesome.
Yep, and yeah, white oak. You know, you never would think about it, but white oak is really good. It's pretty mild wood. Red oak's a little stronger.
A little spicier, a little more cilantro.
Yep,
That
yep.
makes sense.
Not a
But,
fan of
um,
red oak.
I see what you did there, Bray. I appreciate it. We should probably get into the actual show.
No, I'm having fun.
It's 8:58.
Yeah, my friends are all here.
Game time.
They're
Game
not
time.
really.
Game
Okay.
faces. Oh, yeah. I'm really excited to talk about the podcast, but I figure we should announce it here also. This morning, Pete committed to Pete and Emma moving to Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because they can live outside of town. They'll be surrounded by corn. It'll be exactly the same, but cheaper.
and 100% less bears.
As soon
That's
as
true.
as soon as
Yep.
Juniper goes off to college, we're moving.
We have great colleges here.
He's gonna be a smart kid. She's gonna be like, what's the kid doctor that
Doogie Howard.
Hauser.
Doogie Howser.
Doogie Howser.
She's gonna be the Doogie Howser of New Jersey.
She's gonna be space president
feel
one
it.
day. That's my goal for her. Space president.
Space
That's
president.
the same combination I
Not
have on my luggage.
President of space. Space president.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Once you experience corn sweat, you'll never want to go back.
Yeah, Neil
I'm
Patrick
surrounded
Harris.
by assholes.
All right. Speaking of assholes, let's
should
get
go.
into our thing,
Bye.
guys. Thanks for joining us. Next week we do have an episode. I don't think we have a guest.
And during
find
the
out.
actual show, we're gonna let Mike talk more. So you should
Yes.
tune in.
But we're just a heads up. We are taking a week off, most likely for Maker Camp, because the boys are actually going to be here for
Indeed.
Thursday. And we maybe we'll do a live in person together, but we won't do a podcast.
We'll do
That-
a pod experience.
That brings up a small scheduling hiccup that we can talk about once we cut the live feed.
Oh, are you on Sawdust Talk that Wednesday that you're flying?
No, they're doing episodes on different days now. They did a Saturday episode, a Tuesday episode. Just chaos over there.
Wait, oh my God. Thank
Yes.
you, Jack, man. He just resent me some stuff. Appreciate you.
Wow. Classic Pete checking emails while on the podcast.
We can live the pizza party. Or live the pizza party?
Live
I
the
don't know.
pizza.
Wait a
We
minute.
are going
Let's
to
go.
live at the pizza party. Okay.
We
Okay.
will live a Vida Loca.
Guys, love you all so much. Make sure to tune in this week. Mike is here. Yay.
Hey.
Mike
And-
Suter.
Yeah,
Mike
Suter.
to be
That one.
To be clear.
Do widzenia, Hamilton. Goodbye, Hamilton. All right, guys. Love you all. See you all next week. Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.